Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And I want to talk about food and uh, storing food, growing food, uh, having food, keeping food. And uh, okay, I have always wondered, they kind of got me on hoarding. And I always thought, well, how are they going to do hoarding? Because I always have a lot of food. And in the country life, uh, everybody's got a lot of food. And that's because weather, just things can happen. And you may not make it to town. So, it's not like you can buy a month's uh, worth of food. You can't always do that all the time. So that's why we have a lot of food we have stored. And uh, some city people try to do that too, and I don't know how you uh, save up the food in town, but they do it. And but one thing I'm going to have in the description down below, I'm going to have a link to a video, and it's very disturbing, and it talks about what we're going to be doing about food, because uh, you should know, if you watch my videos, I already told you there's going to be a food shortage. So, so in other words, you should already know this. So, but the problem is the people that, since this virus thing got going, and I remember I had some preppers tell me, say, well, see, now they used to laugh at us and now they're doing that, okay. They're buying all the food, stuff like that, guns and ammo and all that stuff, so but they used to laugh at us now. Okay, well, that's he was correct on that. And the thing is, if you've been starting to stockpile food since January this year, I guess, if you've been trying to stockpile food, you're hoarding. And you're hoarding food. And that's how I finally figured out what hoarding was all about. Because since they're hoarding food, that's what's making the shortages now. That's what they tell you. But it's not. That's not why there's shortages now. Uh, because we had a supply line going, and now that line's been disrupted in many factors. And one is cans. There's a shortage of cans. And where'd the cans come from? China. We've It's bad enough we get medical supplies from China, and then now it's food storage stuff we get from China. This is all not good stuff. And so they're going to be changing food. And I'm not sure. I'm thinking if I need to be concerned about it. When you see this video down below, you're gonna wonder. I don't know if you ever remembered, was it pink slime or something like that? And they figured out how to flavor it, so it tastes good, and that's going to be the food that's going in, that we're going to be eating now. You won't have no choice. This food shortage is going to be replaced with artificial food. And we talk about you are what you eat. You have to eat good, stuff like that. Well, that's going to come to the past. So it's not. So we are being attacked on many different directions. And the people that are supposed to be protecting us is the politicians. And I talked about the New World Order is really corporations. And the corporations aren't supposed to be as big as they are. That's a monopoly. These corporations own all this different stuff so they can control the food, they can control weapons, they can control who do we get a vote on. They're the ones that control that. They tell us these are the people you can vote on. And that's because they back the ones that they want to go in office. And who do they back? The ones that they've already talked to, and they make sure that they know things are going to be, we're going to be running things this way. So it's all so apparent now, and we're going to have problems. And so if you've been hoarding, you just got your food, uh, you're going to be targeted because people are going to want your food. For those like me that live out in the country, um, and this is the part that I'm having problems with. They okay, their attitude is, I'm here and I'm going to protect this spot. My neighbor, piss on my neighbor, piss on the people in town, piss on all that. They're not coming together. And I say, I made 3-man militia videos. There's hundreds of them. It tells you exactly how to do this. And because we're not going to have help from law enforcement or the politicians. And if you're going to be like these people that are just hoarding food now and buying guns now, those are the people that are going to be wanting what we have out in the country. And it's not going to be, like I say, one or two beggars coming along. It's going to be ugly. And I say the food. I talk about the militia, and people think, oh, these guys run around with guns. No, militia is gardening militia, welding militia, mechanicking militia. I mean, they cover everything. And the thing is, when you're doing this, you're learning how to barter. You're learning how to make this stuff work, because it won't be money that's going to be useful. And already I've talked about, I use gold and silver. I say I can give you $100 and say, oh, you're a good old boy, and with the $100. But if I give you a piece of gold or silver and say, hey, you're a good old boy, that'll mean something. And that's what barter works, how it works. But the food, I don't know even what to say or how to say it anymore. I talk pretty plain and I talk English. So, I mean, y'all should understand what I'm talking about. And I don't have the New World Order stuff. I don't have the answers. Why? Because your pension, your investments are in these big companies. So, you don't want these companies to lose because you're going to lose money on it. That's how this whole thing works. These politicians, I don't know how to sway politicians. That's why we're supposed to be electing moral politicians, people that will defend the Constitution, and they have morals because they understand. We got problems, and you're gonna have to figure this stuff out. I don't know what else to say, and there's going to be people that haven't figured it out, and they're going to be sheep. They're going to be sheep for the state, and they're going to be sheep for people like me. you're going to have people that will stand hard and they will stomp all over the sheep. And I have no pity. And that's because I've been warning you, but all of this is all around us has been going on. We knew it wasn't right, and we didn't take actions. And to prepare or take actions to stop this from happening. It's going to be a whole nother world. This new normal is not going to be good. This is Mike. No stress Mike.com.